No. Scott Satterfield out. Another head coach in. Doug Martin.
What's up, boys?
Live from the NCAA regionals.
How are you guys?
We are doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great. Wish I had my whole team here this week. We missed by we were the second team out of the NCAA selection, so it's kind of been a tough little month here. But having Ty here at Purdue has been great. Like I said, just wish the whole team was here with me.
We brought in. He cycled back in. We've been at this for 8.5 hours.
Love it.
We had to bring the golf expert back in, so I will turn it over as I always do.
Come on, David, let's go.
David Simone.
Let's go, David.
Good to see you, Coach.
Good to see you.
Let's start with today.
Okay.
I'm sure coming off of finishing tied for first at the Big 12 championship today, 76 isn't what Ty wanted. It seemed like he battled his way back a little bit there at the end and kind of at least has himself in a position to fight for one of those 5 spots over the next 2 rounds. Kind of take us through, what wasn't working today and what kind of issues did the course present for the guys today?
Well, the golf course itself is a tremendous challenge. Back in 2008, when they had the NCAA championship here, 42 over par won the championship for the team. The score Vanderbilt shot today was just incredible. Scott Limbaugh at Vanderbilt has a great team, and I think 2 or 3 teams. I think Vanderbilt, Arizona, and Purdue broke par today. Everybody else shot over par. It was windy, firm and fast, and the thing that Ty didn't do a great job today of was taking advantage of the downwind holes. We had probably a steady 15 to 20 mile an hour breeze all day, very firm conditions. And when he drove the ball in the fairway on the downwind holes, he didn't get the ball close enough to the flag to give him good looks. And so that really, to me, was the key impact. And he had 4 pretty good looks to start the day for birdie, didn't convert any of them. And then he made a pretty poor bogey on his 6th hole. But 76 sounds bad. It was probably as high as he could have shot. He had a couple mistakes in there, missed a couple short 4 to 6 foot putts that Ty normally makes. But overall, I think his game's in a good place. I would expect him to play well the next 2 rounds. We're supposed to be getting some rain this evening, which will probably soften up the course. Looks like it's going to rain most of the round tomorrow. So, conditions aren't going to get any easier.
That was going to be my next question. I know here we're supposed to get rain. You guys obviously don't play in terrible weather, but has he had experience at least this year in the past couple of years having to grind it out, being a mutter and playing in that?
Yeah, growing up in the Midwest. So we grew up here in Indiana, played high school golf in the spring in Indiana. So he's had plenty of experience playing in bad weather. And, as many great places as we go on our schedule, we do play in some bad weather. And so, tomorrow won't cause any issues for him if it's raining.
Well, let's go back then a couple weeks. First Big 12 tournament championship for your guys. I have to know, you guys 4 rounds shot 6 under outside of the second round the first day. What the heck happened?
This was one of the most bizarre teams I've coached since I've been coaching at Cincinnati. Our good golf was probably a top 30 program. Our bad golf was outside the top 100. And we, I think if you take the first, third, and fourth round of the event and add the scores up, Texas was the only team to beat us. But we go out in the second round, and Whispering Pines, championship venue, heather on both sides. You really had to drive the ball extremely well. We drove the ball as good as we've driven it all year, the first, third, and fourth round. Consequently, we could be aggressive. In the second round, we drove it poorly. We made 1 triple and 8 doubles in the second round, all as a result of poor drives where we hit it in the heather and had to pitch out or, lost ball or whatever. So, we did that on probably 4 occasions this year. And everybody on our team had a bad day at the same time, which very rarely happens in college golf, to where all 5 guys play poorly. And we had that about 4 or 5 times. And that really, you go all the way back to the fall to our home event. We're beating Chattanooga, Louisville, and BYU going into the last round. All 3 of those teams, top 40 teams in the country. We've got a 4-shot lead with 18 holes to go. All 5 guys play poorly. We lose by 5 shots and finish 4th. You win that event, you're a lock into postseason. At Sea Island, Texas, Illinois, Michigan State, Chattanooga, there were, I think, 8 or 9 NCAA teams there. We lead by 8 shots after the first round. We lapped the field the first round. I think we shoot 12 under. We come out the second round, just played okay. Notre Dame played great. They passed us. I think they were 2 shots up on us going into the last round. Sure enough, in the last round, we have 4 of our 5 guys play poorly, and we go from second to 5th. That college golf is in such a great place right now. Your margin for error is so small, and you've got to, it's like in basketball. If you look at the basketball games that we lost this year at the end of the game, it's the difference between us playing in March Madness or playing in the NIT. I look at our season as the same way of missed opportunities. You got Oklahoma down late at home. You got Texas down, and we just couldn't close. We couldn't close those games. And, I liken our season very similar to the basketball team.
So with that being said, it was pretty clear from an outsider's perspective that you guys, especially in the Big 12 tournament, like we talked about, with just that second round being such a wild anomaly, you guys clearly held your own in Big 12 play. How do you take, with the returning players, potential transfers, freshmen, how do you kind of take this season as being, what it ended up being from a team perspective and spin that moving forward for these guys now that they know, like, we can play with a Texas, we can play with an Oklahoma?
Yeah. Well, I think there were signs all year. We play a Big 12 match play event in the fall. Texas Tech is like the 12th ranked team in the country. We had them basically dead to rights. We were winning 4 matches and losing 1 match with 3 holes to go, and they flipped it and beat us 3-2. That's the 12th ranked team in the country. I think our program is at a point now to where I think our guys are very comfortable playing against some of the best teams in the country. The Big 12 is the second best golf conference in the country, and it's not even close. SEC, leads the way there. But, from our standpoint in the Big 12, we're the second best, I think, by a significant distance. I think with the recruiting that we've done over the past 4 or 5 years, we've shown that we were a program that was ready to go in and compete at that level. And I still think we will be in another year. We returned 4 starters. We have 2 top 100 freshmen coming in, and we're going to get someone in the portal. Really can't talk any really deeper about that, but we'll get someone in the portal that's going to be a game changer for us. And so I fully expect us, to be in a great place next year. We're doing some slight changes to our schedule. We're actually going to go out west next year for the first time. We've never gone out west before, so we're going to go to Eugene, Oregon, and play in Oregon's event, and we're going to go to Phoenix, Scottsdale to play in Wyoming's event. So we're doing some changes to our schedule. The Big 12 has a tendency to play some out west, so we're going to go out there and compete with a few more Big 12 teams on our schedule. But again, this summer will tell a lot. Our guys are going to be very busy competing all summer long in amateur tournaments. So it's just, on our players to continue to develop and get better over the summer and be ready in August when we come back to start competing.
Guys,
Is
you wanna
the
jump in?
yeah is the scheduling aspect that you just mentioned, is that a huge piece of the off season to try and figure out where you might need to kind of get some rounds in
Yeah,
as the season wears on?
so we talk to our guys. We have 2 individual meetings with them where we give them our evaluation, one after the fall season, one after the spring season. The summer golf schedule, is there's so many great events across the country that our guys will play in throughout the summer. And we typically have 5 guys play 5 or 6 tournaments between June 1st and August 15th. So they're not just having a job over the summer, not practicing. Their summer development is key to our program development. So when you get done with your sophomore year, we expect you to get better over the summer. We kind of lay out a program and a plan for you to get better over the summer. We aren't allowed to have any type of summer workouts, but we're allowed to give them some guided instruction. If they want one-on-one personal instruction, they need to come to us and ask us, and my assistant and I will make time for that around our recruiting schedule. But no, it's our summer development in our program is huge, and when guys improve over the summer, we improve as a program.
Kind of just thought of this question when you were talking about that, but when you're talking about one-on-one, in-person kind of coaching, do you tell your players to ignore what they see on YouTube and the social media for swing tips and ignore like other swing coaches that are trying to feed into them? Like, is that something that you want to control to make sure that you're coaching them up the best way possible?
Yeah, I think most of our guys have their own individual instructor that they work with from their hometown that started working with them as a junior player. Some of the guys on our team work with myself and my assistant coach. But for the most part, a lot of the stuff where we're taught, most of the guys in our program now are at a point physically, the physical skills are present. Now it's the intangible things. It's finding the ability to save a shot here, save a shot there because of a good decision. It's the evolution of their short game, chipping and pitching around the greens, being able to get one more ball up and down per round that saves one shot. We're not looking for 5 shots. We're looking for 1 shot a man.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't looking to reinvent the wheel. We're more looking for helping our guys. So when we have individual one-on-one time with them, typically we go out on the course and we talk about situations, making the right decision. Because, in golf, when you got 2 coaches and 5 players on the course, you can't be everywhere to help kids make decisions. You have to hope that you've trained them in practice to make good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what my assistant and I do when we have that individual time, is we're helping them. We put them in situations on the course, and then we walk through what their process would be in their decision making. And we make sure it's what we want.
Gotcha.
Coach, let's talk Cincy Reigns for a little bit.
Yes.
How does the NIL space impact golf at this point?
It's really becoming out of control in men's golf. We aren't to the football and basketball level, but the numbers that are going out there to kids, and like, for example, the portal now, Virginia Commonwealth, they haven't had a great golf program. They had their best year in probably, school history. I think they were the 28th or 32nd ranked team this year. Coach had 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen. They had no NIL. All 4 guys went in the portal before the NCAA championship, their top 4 players. So they've basically lost their entire program because, and again, all of these guys are looking to get paid.
Sure.
And they're all going to get paid. And it's like, my philosophy for my guys with the portal, or excuse me, with Cincy Reigns and NIL, is basketball and football, women's basketball. Rather, this is the correct thing to say. We're paying them to play. They're all on full rides. They're getting additional money to pay. Okay. They're the revenue generating sports. Where in golf, I don't have one guy on my team on a full scholarship. So they're actually paying to play golf at Cincinnati. My approach with some of my donors and Cincy Reigns is I want to help provide my guys with some money to make their scholarship whole, to get them to a full ride. Secondly, would be their parents are spending $10,000 to $15,000 over the summer for those guys to play in tournaments. And those two avenues for my guys to have, hey, okay, X player, I'm going to give you $10,000 this year to help make your scholarship whole, to pay for your education while you're here at Cincinnati. That's how I look at NIL for me. I don't look at NIL in this, oh, now I've got all this cash to go out and spend and buy things. I'm wanting to use it in a proper way to help these kids pay for their education. Pretty simple for me. But the numbers that are going around in golf, I don't want to say them on air, but you guys would take your headsets off and have to shake some of the comments. I mean, you just can't even believe it. What some of these guys, 6 figures, and not low 6 figures.
Wow.
Is it?
It's crazy.
Is it kind of similar to football and basketball in that the NIL numbers are competing to keep them in college and not go pro? Like, are there guys that are staying in college?
They're trying to. It's obviously not going to catch this as any surprise, but the SEC is way ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
The Big 12 is probably second, but it's to keep them in the program and build a program. So like you take a guy, you take like the best player at Virginia Commonwealth. He's probably going to go be the 3rd best player at an SEC school. But he just adds to the depth of that program. The kid from Virginia, he isn't going to go be the best player. He's going to go be someone that adds to the depth of the program. So, I like I said, it's a huge thing for us. I'm a very old school guy, and I struggle mightily with this because I think what we're already doing for these kids and what the intent of NIL was originally, we've lost the plot on what it really is. I think, and it's sad because, what institutions are already doing for these kids and providing them this opportunity at Days Inn. When you look at the number of people that touch these kids at an institution or an athletic department, your academic people, your strength and conditioning staff. I mean, I'm just saying it's your trainer. I mean, it's crazy what's being done for these kids on a daily basis. So that's
are you aligned though with the way
Yes.
Cincy Reigns does it? How much are you happy with where things are at UC? Because it seems like their vision is aligned with yours.
100%. We don't have any NIL money right now as in our program. So that's something that, I've been working on with Cincy Reigns to try to get some money for some, and I'm not going to pay a guy or have them work with a guy that's not deserving of it. He needs to be a great player in my program. And I'm just not going to be like, okay, this guy's on my roster. He's my 4th best player. He gets X. No, you need to perform to a level at which I think is necessary, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I have a standard with it. But I want to help the kids out to help them pay for their education. That's my biggest deal. That's my one thing. If I can get X amount for 4 or 5 guys, that would be incredible. That's where I am. And I've had those conversations with Cincy Reigns.
How did the new indoor work out for you guys?
Unbelievable. You know, the thing with the new indoor for us is, everybody talks about the analytics in every single sport and all the numbers that are being crunched by, coaches. Oh, what's this team's tendency on third down? With 5 seconds to go, what's this team? I mean, for us, the deal with the indoor, if we did not have TrackMan to collect the data that we're collecting for our guys, last fall, 2 times before we went on trips, it was 80 degrees outside, and we went indoors to use TrackMan to get numbers, carry numbers. We would do like a set, we'd go through our wedges, short irons, mid irons, and we would track our carry numbers. One of the things that would have been huge last year was when we went to Vegas to play in the national the NCAAs. We played at 4,500 feet elevation. Well, on TrackMan, you can go to the back end and put 4,500 feet of elevation, and it will calculate your carry numbers. Where instead, we had to go out there 2 days early and try to do that after practicing out there with not having a TrackMan. You understand what I'm saying? So the data and the information that we've been able to collect indoors has been incredible for us.
We're going to get Dave and Keegan out there soon.
Love it.
Yeah,
what time? What
you have to
time's
critique
wake
their
up call?
swings for us. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a video, and you're going to break down.
We would love to have you guys out there. It's an unbelievable facility. Really turned out incredible, and it's something that we're going to continue to be able to use as a recruiting tool, and it's going to really help our player development.
You have to do a Max Homa critique though, like I want serious, just completely bash and make utter fun of him.
I'm a huge Max Homa fan. I really
the
like
professional.
I like his honesty. I really think this week, I really expect him to have a great week at Valhalla. Mm-hmm. I really think I think he has a great opportunity to, be in contention and win on Sunday.
I'll take your word for it. That's why
Your schedule's slammed. Are you in the fellas going to be able to make it down there?
Well, we're here through Wednesday, and then I am going to take a short little vacation. Skip Holtz is one of my good friends, and he's running the roost of summer football. He's 30-3 now through 33 games at Birmingham, and he's 7-0. I just hope when I go this weekend, I'm not the black cat and cause them to lose.
I did want to get one more schedule question to you.
Yeah. Yep.
You mentioned this season and how there was always kind of that one round that would throw you guys off, and with that, you still came so close to making the NCAA tournament. Does that help your guys understand too, like how important each shot is? And we're in the Big 12 now. We're playing these top flight schedules, and look how bad we played at times, and yet we were still right on the doorstep to make the tournament. So it's like making the tournament, I would assume to you now, is an every year expectation.
Every year expectation. We talk every single day, David, about shot value. It is something we talk about. Every shot matters every day. When I see kids, in practice, or even when we're competing, if I see them hit a shot when they haven't, let's just say they've hit a series of bad shots and they're feeling sorry for themselves, they don't want to see them do that, because I will be in their ass, because they just
so you didn't like the 6'10" kid from Texas's final round is what I'm guessing.
They don't understand. So many times they get lost in the moment instead of thinking about how is this shot going to impact the next shot, and because really one shot here and there, the way college golf is right now, can impact your entire season. It really can. And I preach it every single day at practice. And every single night before we play a tournament round, I talk about every single shot you hit has to mean something to you. So yes, we preach it. Preach it.
Yeah, I mean, over the course of a season, a fourth place finish instead of a fifth place and a second instead of a third, it can be and those finishes can be one stroke differences. Absolutely. And you could have made the tournament based on 2 shots this year.
Like Kansas was the last team in, and they beat us by 1 at the Big 12. And on the 52nd hole, one of their kids holed it out from the fairway for a 2.
Wow.
And they beat us by a shot. It's just really college golf is really tight right now.
You know what? I would probably pay a good amount of money is just to have Doug Martin and Jordan Bishel hang out in this chat and talk for a while.
Jordan and I have had some great conversations. I think we might be cut from a similar cloth.
I agree. That's why I'm saying I would just everybody else out of the room, and we'll let Doug and Jordan talk sports for 30 minutes. And I think that's worth more than anything us idiots have to say.
Well, I heard you talking about the value of one shot in golf, Doug, and all I'm thinking about is some mathematical equation that's going to decide our fate in a week or so. So I don't know which one's better or worse.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can say I've watched a lot of your games this year, and I love what your team is doing. I love the aggressiveness that you guys play with, the energy that your kids play with. Sweeping BYU out there with those beautiful views. What is that? 4 series in a row we've won? Is that correct? 4 in a row?
It is correct.
Now you need to beat my alma mater this weekend to make it 5 in a row.
That'll be really easy because they're only like 10th in the country right now.
I completely understand. But it's great what you're doing, and I love the energy that your kids are bringing every day.
If your golfers acted that way, it'd be straight out of Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, that's probably true. It's probably true. But
no, Doug's been a huge support system for me since I got here. I can talk to him anytime about anything. He's been huge.
We'll set this up for one point in the summer where I'll mediate, but I just want you two to talk for however long you two want to talk.
We would love to.
Doug has been a friend of mine for a long, long time now. We would sit and watch Mick Cronin basketball practices and got to know each other well, and getting to know you a little bit, Jordan. Again, I agree, Doug. You two are cut from the same cloth. I think it would be a can't miss television to get you two in this room and have you sit here and talk sports for a little while. But Doug, what's the wake up call time?
We're 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Chad. All the best to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Appreciate it,
All
Doug.
right.
Good luck tomorrow, and we will see you soon.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Doug.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
In case you can't tell, Jordan, we love him.
He's awesome. Doug's the best.